Hello and welcome back to the Blackthorne Bridge Club. This is the third in our series of one-shots being played by our group. This time we find the group trying to help Chief Strange with a very interesting problem out of state. Hope you enjoy. And a special call out to all of our friends in Arkansas who may be listening. Thanks for listening. Once again, you are called to meet up with the police chief.
Haven't you
And
retired
Jess,
yet?
you are also.
I'm not the bloody chief, I'm a detective.
You haven't retired from there yet, so they can't call you anymore?
Oh, well,
So presenting yourselves at the station and signing in, you make your way through the heart of the station to Chief Strange's office. It seems that you were here not too long ago to investigate the happenings at the Blackwell Island Asylum. Thank you all for coming in again, he starts. I hate to do this, but I need your help again.
again.
Are we getting paid for this?
You have been able to resolve some very strange events over the last year or two. With this in mind, I have a favour to ask you. It has come to my attention that there have been some problems relating to the history of one of the inmates at the Blackwell Asylum. A man by the name of Professor O'Rourke. I believe he might have been there when you were investigating. It would seem that his research and that of his fellow mathematicians seem to be at the centre of problems at the Washington State College, where he was once tenured. These problems now appear to have turned out deadly, and although this is way out of your jurisdiction, your experience may be able to assist. Unfortunately, you'll have no formal authority as the NYPD cannot interfere or intervene in Washington. So you are there at the behest of the Dean of the Faculty of Science to assist. Please keep him informed and try to keep this out of the papers.
Oh, just like we did last time, boss.
That's the last thing we need. We will provide you with any help we can from here, but good luck. And with that, he wishes you adieu.
Excellent.
So we're going to Washington.
Washington. How do we get to Washington?
Washington State.
Washington State.
Well, you could train it or you can drive. You can.
Train.
Train's always nice.
It's not that far. It's actually about 30 k's. From where you are.
We can train. If everybody wants to train it, you can train it, I guess.
30 k's would be enough time for a quick hand.
Okay, we'll train it.
All right. Well, you hop on the train. You get your tickets. You gather your belongings. I presume you're going to be staying there.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. And you hop in. And the train journey is very pleasant. Nothing happens. And you arrive there and you arrange for transport to Washington State College. And it's not a large institution, but it's on a nice set of grounds.
Is it like famous in any way, shape or form? Is it
Not really,
Not really.
but it is focused
notable
mostly
about it?
on agriculture. So that's they're the grounds. So your first point of call would obviously, it's got lots of grounds and
So
obviously
it's
an
a
agricultural
college.
bent.
Yeah.
Have we decided where we're actually staying?
The
Like
dean has offered to put you up in one of the halls.
on campus?
Mm.
Oh, fantastic. I'd like that.
Like the fact they've got their own mind.
So where is the Dean's office in all this?
In Thompson Hall, I think.
I'm
It's
sure
not
there's a
too close to
reception.
the other students.
I
Get
don't
a bit
mind.
rowdy at
mind.
night.
That's fine.
Could be very rowdy at night. Yes,
It's a
All right.
university after all.
indeed. So, Dr. Malcolm Harrison, Dean of the Faculty of Applied Science, has an office on the top floor of Thompson Hall in the southwestern corner. It is large and in itself would take up as much space as two of the residential rooms within the building proper. Not to mention his secretary's area is half as large again, mostly taken up with couches for waiting visitors. Inside his office, as you would expect, wood-panelled walls with wall-to-wall bookshelves stacked with rare and expensive tomes on all manner of subjects. Harrison itself sits behind a very large leather-inlaid mahogany desk. His small spectacles perch precariously on the edge of his nose as he reads a report. and then looks up to see you. Welcome friends. I'm Malcolm, Dr. Harrison,
Hello.
and you must be
Paul.
Paul, well done. Yes, hello. And
Henri.
Henri, pleasure. And
Jessica.
this is your hand. And this would be Nancy.
Nancy,
Lovely
yes.
to meet you. Now, I believe that Chief Strange has sent you.
Yes, he has indeed.
Lovely. What has he told you about our current situation?
Not very much, actually. Something about Professor O'Rourke, kind of research. or-
Well, yeah, Professor O'Rourke was here for quite a while and did some interesting research, much of which I must admit I don't understand. You would probably need to speak to his compatriot, Dr. Wright. But some very strange things have been happening of late.
Such as?
Well, students have fallen ill, and I mean mentally ill, whilst working on research projects within the Department of Mathematics.
Are you sure they're not just experimenting with the mushrooms I saw in the backyard there or something?
No, there are some other interesting things. Given the history with Professor O'Rourke and his predilections and illnesses, I wonder whether there's a physical explanation. Maybe there's some sort of mould or infection or something in Bryan Hall where the mathematics department is done. So maybe you might look into that. I'd really, excuse me, he's got a cough.
Would there be, if you thought it was that, wouldn't there be people in this university who'd be better suited to that than us?
Well, it's just some strange occurrences, and we'd like someone from outside just to.
Okay.
If that is the case, then so be it, and I'm happy that that would be the case. I'd really like this to be kept out of the pages, because we're in a very difficult political climate.
Certainly do
As you
our
know,
best.
the state university is trying to absorb us.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we
really.
are our own entity, and we don't wish to do that.
I can understand that.
So Chief Strange approached me and indicated that you have some experience in dealing with unusual situations.
We do indeed, yes.
So I'm hoping that you might be able to help us.
We'll certainly try our best.
Excellent. Now, what do you need from me?
Well, firstly, this Professor O'Rourke is no longer here, is he?
No, he is in Blackthorne Asylum.
Yes.
Oh, he's in the asylum, that's right. And how long ago was he, has he been in the asylum for? How long?
Oh, maybe up to 12 months?
So he was here before then doing whatever work.
Yes, he was
doing.
head of the Department of Mathematics.
Oh, so I was going to say, maybe we should speak to the dean or the head of mathematics,
Yes,
but that was him.
Yeah, it was him, yes, but no, Dr. Wright has taken up that
Dr.
position
Wright.
now.
So obviously we'll have to talk to whoever's taken over his job and the people who work with him on
Yes.
his research,
It's
students or
not-
whatever.
Yes, of course, it's a large department. Dr. Wright has
Yes.
taken it on. She has a couple of PhD students and past PhD students as well too.
And-
So,
And can you see some of the students that have fallen ill, or are they,
yes,
are they
of
still
course,
on site?
certainly, yes. There are a couple in the infirmary, so certainly, my secretary, Dr. Wright, should be able to point you in the direction there, and hopefully you'll gain some insight that you can provide.
Is that the only strange things? Because you mentioned
Yes,
there was
is,
more than
is it
one
just
strange
sickness
thing.
or is there other
Yes,
odd things
well,
happening?
yeah, look, people behaving oddly, losing memory, forgetting where they were, animals dying, strange sicknesses amongst them, mutations.
What sort of mutations?
Oh, I don't know quite how to say this. Have you ever seen a sheep with tentacles?
No. What are you talking about?
That's what I mean.
Are you feeling okay?
No, this
No?
is my college, and I am not feeling okay, young lady. So-
Interesting. Well, we've dealt with something similar to that before. So
Well-
I think we should be able to help you.
Chief Strange said that you were the people for the job.
It sounds more like the biology department, not the mathematics department to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're
Very
interlinked.
odd.
Well, the agricultural
Where's
sciences
the
are a large part of what we do here. So if word were to get out that we had some strange disease, problems,
Obviously,
etc.,
yes, that would not be good.
we don't want it getting into the
And
place.
were the animals from the veterinary building, or are they just animals that are out in the farm, or?
We have pens, and it was across the board. It wasn't anything localised.
And has any of this been made, local authorities, anything of that nature? Obviously, concerned parents because of sick children.
Well, where students are involved, obviously we get their families involved, but we have tried to deal with the appropriate authorities in the government, but we have no luck as yet in terms of being able to resolve these issues. We think that they don't know what's happening, which would be fair enough. I don't know what's happening either.
Are there investigators still on site, or?
No.
Okay.
Have the police, Washington police, been involved?
They've been informed, but at the moment,
They haven't run an investigation or
well, not really,
Not
because there's
really.
not a lot of
to investigate.
crime to investigate here. It's just, like I said, strange occurrences.
Whereabouts is the mathematics department on this map?
They're in Bryan Hall.
So you are losing out.
Well, all right. Well, I guess we should start with the head of mathematics.
I think we should start finding out where are we staying.
Oh, you're staying here in this building at Thompson Hall in
Thompson
the
Hall?
rooms? Yes.
Thank you.
Where's
I'm
Thompson?
sure someone will
I can get you.
sort out
there,
bags and
there.
whatever
Well, my
else.
secretary Betty can show you to your rooms if you like.
Yes.
Yes, that would be nice, thank you. I'd like to freshen up.
Okay. Well, they take you downstairs to two of the rooms, one for the girls, one for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
It's a twin share.
Twin share. Oh my lord.
You snore.
Very university. Come on. And get you settled in.
Didn't sign up for this kind of business. Jeez.
Sorry, I promise I only snore in French.
Let's know. Okay, so you settled in. What are you doing?
Quick game of bridge and then we'll start.
Let's start with the.
I think we'll start with the
Dr.
the head of
Wright.
mathematics.
Yeah,
What's his
Dr.
name?
Wright.
Dr. Ryan.
Her name
Dr. Wright.
is Dr. Wanda Wright. So nestled in the west wing of Ryan Hall sits Dr. Wanda Wright's office. As you walk through the door, it resembles more of a bomb site than an office of a university professional.
Mathematician.
The central desk is strewn with
Professor.
papers and charts, all with hand-scribbled notes over them. The couch and some chairs sit in front of the desk, also adorned with notes and papers. Bookshelves line the walls, half covered with dusty textbooks and loose notes, all stacked haphazardly. A chalkboard sits on one wall, crammed with all manner of mathematical calculations. As you can see, Dr. Wright is probably the opposite of the Dean. Hello,
Hello.
who are you?
Ah, weren't you informed of our arrival? I'm Paul Ansell.
Oh, are you the father of one of my students?
No.
Right, well...
We're here at the Dean's request to investigate
The strange
the
happenings.
strange
Investigate
happenings.
strange happenings? Oh, I see.
Surely you're aware.
Well, strange things have happened, but maybe that's just a hangover from Professor O'Rourke, I don't know.
Yes, we did bump into
That's-
Professor O'Rourke not so long ago.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Is he better?
I wouldn't
No,
say.
he certainly is not better.
I don't think better is the right
Having
word.
an
He was
extended
truly
stay.
brilliant, but
Was he alive or dead?
barking mad.
He's not dead after all that. No,
What
was
did he
alright.
do?
Oh
Can't
no, he's
remember now.
just, he would talk about things and then waffle off about all manner of strange items.
What strange items?
Other creatures, other places, travel through portals. He would just go
Oh,
on and on and on. Making no sense whatsoever.
Is
And
he
was it-
married?
No.
No children?
No.
He's a mathematician.
Was it somehow related to the maps, the portals, and what he was doing?
Yeah, look, it could have been. Look, to be honest, some of his research I can't quite understand.
Oh God, you
But
can't
sort of-
understand it.
He was more interested in things like non-Euclidean spaces and
Oh, yes.
more esoteric type things, really. You could say it was a little bit Einsteinish, but in a very strange way. Very
So what was he actually researching, like?
The mathematics of non-Euclidean spaces.
Okay.
He-
Doesn't mean anything to me, but
well, he postulated that.
give us the layman's
That's it.
overview.
He postulated that there are other dimensions, and they aren't necessarily orthogonal to our existing space-time continuum, in that they were at strange angles and non-Euclidean, so to speak. So, whereas, how can I describe this? Commutation. So, say I gave you a maths problem, and I said, what's 2 times 3? What's 2 times
6.
3? Okay. If I swap those numbers around and say, what's 3 times 2?
6.
Exactly. But in a non-Euclidean space and higher order, that might not be commutable. You might actually get a different answer because it is non-Euclidean.
I can see how this would have driven someone insane.
Yes.
It's driving me a bit insane already.
One would certainly need to have somewhat of a alternative thought process to be able to process these things.
So did they mention there's been odd behaviours, but it wasn't really very clear on exactly what. What have you noticed? The odd happenings, odd behaviours?
The students getting sick.
Students getting
that's-
sick, animals getting sick.
Yeah, I don't know much about the animals.
What about
Fair enough.
teachers? Are they getting sick too?
No? Well, apart from Professor O'Rourke.
Apart from the professor.
And is it only the students in the mathematics department who've been getting sick?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the other students.
Should
Were
have
the,
asked
were the
Dean
ones
that.
in the mathematics department under tutelage or doing advanced research
yes,
with Dr. Rock?
I've currently got 2 PhD students and 4 past students. I'll give you a list of their names if you like,
Yes,
and
please.
their current how can I say areas of interest and/or problems.
No problems.
So I assume they're working on different things now that
Well, yes, this is
Professor
true.
O'Rourke is not here anymore. But
That's true.
they're
And
still not working on the non-Euclidean whatevers.
non-Euclidean spaces. No one's actually working on that. So, in summary, Jonathan is one of my current students, a brilliant lad. He's working on the computation of recursive algorithms for the solution of complex problems. So, quite simple in theory, but very interesting. And again, Janet is working on the theoretical limits of iterative computation of mathematical components and infinity. So, again, quite esoteric. Unfortunately, a couple of my students have sort of ended up a little
They're all
bit strange.
female.
Well,
That's why we're
Mary
here.
seems to have developed a multiple personality disorder,
Oh, colours, yeah.
and she's in the infirmary. Denise is, well, she's got quite sick and is confined to a room at the moment. Carlos, I'll let you talk to Carlos yourself.
Okay.
And Hector was working on the calculation of pi and mathematical reasoning in relation to
I
irrational.
like pi. First thing you said I understood all pi.
So yeah, so we're not, like I said, not a large department, but you're welcome to talk to all of them. So my area of research is more into recursive algorithms, unlike Professor O'Rourke. So it's kind of a useful tool, more practical than talking about otherworldly dimensions and things.
And so Professor O'Rourke's research materials and things like that, are they all stored away? Because I understand, of course, he would have not taken them with him.
Well, it's kind of funny. I think to the doctors, as in the medical doctors, had suggested that he take some with him to ease the transition. So he didn't really understand that he was going to an asylum. He thought he was going to
A portal of some sort, maybe.
a resort.
A resort.
Well, a resort or another institution to help him continue his research.
Yes, a last resort.
Yes.
I believe that's kind of what happens.
Some of his other stuff, I believe, is probably boxed up in storage somewhere.
Okay.
Don't know that too much use to us to read any of it, but
No, but it might make sense to one of the mathematical students.
Perhaps the one who hasn't gone completely stupid said that.
Looks like most of them have.
There's 2 in the infirmary, one that's just confined to her room,
It's because it's probably not safe.
Then yeah,
3 in the infirmary.
need to see
And
what-
those two here, which are
whatever
current
is,
students,
is left
they're
over
okay.
of his O'Rourke stuff. We need to see all that.
Yeah. Well, do we want to go see one of the students, or do we want to see if we can find some of
How about we go
Dr.
talk
O'Rourke's
to the
stuff?
head of egg science? Find out some more about these animals. I mean, we've found out a little bit about them.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I
Um,
like that
Who would
idea.
be the head of egg science?
That would be, she said to me, that would be Dr. Philip Cunningham.
And who would we find Dr. Cunningham?
Oh, he would probably be
In the veterinary.
in the vet. Yes, very good. You catch up
He
with
might have been out in the field or something.
Alright, well let's head over to there.
Yeah, that's just the next building across. So
Okay, so you wander across to there.
We'll wander into the dean and I'll ask him if it's only students in like who work with Professor O'Rourke who've gone sick, or if it's just like generally
Look,
everyone all over the campus, or
he has a theory that it comes back to O'Rourke, but since that time there've still been issues. Birth defects with the animals, cancerous growths, students in the infirmary.
Must be in the
Tentacles
water.
and sheep.
Do they have their
legs
own water
hanging out of the
supply?
ceiling. Yes.
Yep, cows with guns.
Cows, cows, yeah.
Does
Got
it?
their-
Dr. O'Rourke, because if they're getting mutations, they have to be in
Combat
contact
wombats.
with something, and he's
They've
like,
got
no.
their own water supply.
Lucky I only drink whiskey.
Are you stuck on the chair?
with no ice.
Oh, well.
Straight. Nice.
All right, so,
Yeah,
so
we'll go across to see Dr. Philip Cunningham.
okay, so you wander across there, and as opposed to the sort of, I won't say cleanliness, given the state of her office, but the orderly nature of the buildings in the sciences facilities, the agricultural science is a little bit smelly. As you can
Could
imagine,
imagine, yes.
very more, let's say, earthy in terms.
Yeah.
Smells a bit like the office back in New York.
And,
Yep. After a Friday night.
and Dr. Cunningham is in fact in a pair of overalls and boots when you see him. Hello.
Hello, it's Dr. Cunningham.
Yes, that is me. And you would be?
Paul.
Hello, Paul. What can I do for you?
We're here at the Dean's request to investigate
All the weird shit.
the weird shit, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I think I just
good
stepped in
lord.
some weird shit, but yes.
Oh yeah. Sorry, save that because we use that as fertilizer.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, so yeah, it's
So how can I help you, Paul?
well, can you just give us an overview of what's been happening from your point of view?
Well,
Well, I mean, you know, we've been told animals have been getting sick.
look, it's
What-
it's really
in what
funny.
way?
The last little while, we've had birth defects with some of the animals. Now, normally you'd expect that with animal husbandry, but you know, it's almost 25% at the moment.
Well, that sounds like a lot.
It is. There are cancerous growths and mutations. I'm sure that the Dean would have told you about some of those.
Not
and-
really.
Yes, the tentacles.
Yeah.
Which is
Yes.
more than just like, yes.
Well, yes.
It's an extreme mutation.
Very extreme. So, I don't know what's happening, but I think someone's playing around, and I think it's the people from the State University, because they don't want us running our own college.
Oh, is that what it is? It's a
That's my
conspiracy.
theory.
Oh, okay.
That's my theory.
How would they get
I don't know.
to mutate tentacles onto your
I
cow?
don't know, but you know, they're a larger institution. Maybe they've done something strange to,
Like a
you
secret
know, the makeup of the animals. Maybe they've given them
kind of
an elixir,
DNA.
a poison or something. I don't know.
Sounds like nuclear medicine.
But you know what?
What?
If it gets out that our ag science has problems, this college will close. We can't have that.
We can't have that.
We can't have
Be
that.
very quiet.
Yes, be very quiet.
How long has this been going on for?
Probably the last 6 months.
Last 6 months.
And what do you do with these mutated animals?
Put them down. With extreme prejudice. We can't have them contaminating the rest of the flock.
Yeah,
Or
like
that-
kept the records
So-
of the mutations or whatever.
Not really.
Not really. Well, that would have been
Unofficial.
handy. Unofficially, nothing.
No. Again, if that got out into the public sphere, we would be doomed.
Is there anything Is there a common theme among the mutations? Like we saw these tentacles. Are they like almost changing into an octopus or some other creature? Are they all heading towards a...
No, we've had two-headed goats. We've had sheep with no legs. We've had sheep with tentacles. It is not
So
consistent.
it seems very random, yes.
And what's the common things that are all under? They don't all eat the same food, obviously, so it can't be
No.
that. But they all have the same water.
Yes, but the whole university runs on that. We have our own water source, which is purified, and we drink it.
Okay. That's what students have been getting sick too, so...
They haven't been mutating.
None of the agricultural students have. I might point that
Oh,
out.
really?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And there's
Well,
been
my-
no student mutations, it's only been animals that
Yes.
we're aware of?
Well, the students aren't breeding, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, really?
Yeah, probably,
What kind of university is this?
But a proper one.
Well, that's interesting.
And it's only in... The mutations are only happening in the newborn animals? There's nothing...
No, some of the older animals had those growths,
The
as
cancerous
sort of,
growths.
as I sort of described. So, it's very strange.
Would your students have anything to do with the students in the mathematical department at all? Do you like share research or anything like that? Do you know?
What research could we possibly share?
I don't know.
Those
I'm just asking.
Teaching the goats to count to 10?
No, and look, quite frankly,
If you're going to grow tentacles,
we were
you know.
all much better off without that O'Rourke fellow. He was just strange.
Yeah, no,
Why,
definitely.
what was wrong with him?
He was
got,
odd.
You got a point
In
there.
what way?
In what way?
Yeah.
Do you consider it natural to be wandering the grounds at night, talking as if you were talking to someone else either side of you, talking absolute rubbish and nonsense, and then forgetting where you were, having half your clothes not there?
No.
You know, he was insane.
Yes, well, he's in the place where he needs to be now, isn't he?
Well, yes, you know.
But none of this started till 6 months ago, you say, these mutations,
Yes.
cancerous growth.
And he's been
He
gone
was
for like a
long
year,
gone.
hasn't he?
Yes, he has. I must admit that is correct. He has been gone for.
So why do people blame him for all this then?
I'm sure he started it all. I'm sure it all comes back to him and the state university.
Who from the state university? Do you think?
All of them.
Is that the head of their agricultural
They
department?
don't have
Is he
an agricultural
jealous?
department.
That's why he's jealous.
That's why.
They're
Probably watching
scared
this.
of your big cow shed here.
They probably
They're jealous.
are. They are.
They want one all of their own.
They know the
They want
future is
yours.
agricultural science. That's what it is.
They want their fertiliser.
Well, that's been very helpful.
Oh, I'm glad. If you need any more help or
Yes,
any
I'm
more
sure.
salacious comments about O'Rourke, I'm happy to give them to you.
I'm sure we'll be back to talk to you further.
Lovely. Okay, I look forward to that.
Yeah, if you could notify us if you see
Yes.
any more of the animals develop any strange afflictions or illnesses, could you let us know before you resort to extreme prejudice?
Of course,
Yes, we'd like to,
we can certainly do that. Do you have any veterinary training?
Not today. Not today.
So I'd ask, what is it that you want to look at them for?
Does natural world count for anything?
I was ascertained that it's similar to things we've seen previously in relation
Yeah, pretty much.
to strange occurrences in different locations.
That makes sense. I can do that. Nice logic.
Yes, that would be
Okay.
excellent. Thank you.
All right, so he wanders off.
Let's get away
Stopping
from this
through the
nutter.
fields.
Can we go
And that was a
to
complete waste of
the
time.
mathematics department where they have actually their teaching rooms?
The lecture theatres.
Yeah, and check them out, like the state of them, just in case there is.
Are they actually
mold.
teaching anything here, or is it just these 4 students? Or
No, they've got
Yeah, they've got
undergraduate
students.
students now. These are just the postgraduate students. Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
a look. So you wander in. So they're in.
In the science hall, level 2.
Yeah, so that's Bryan Hall, well, or the Science Hall. It isn't a large concern, and it's just more geared because the college is more geared towards agriculture. Despite this, the mathematics department has in fact developed a reputation for doing interesting work, some fringe aspects of mathematical theory.
Okay.
This was in part driven by the work of Professor O'Rourke, and is now carried on by Dr. Wright. The original key research area that was non-Euclidean mathematics while this has been extended to recursive non-Euclidean algorithms under Dr. Wright, although highly theoretical in nature, it is good for the application of problem solving in small units. And so, thus, they have small lecture theatres. They're classical 1920s, high ramp down to the front of the stage, big blackboards all the way across.
Do they have like, I'm going to call it like a laboratory sort of thing where they can actually run their simulations, or the sort of like the practical side of things rather than just all theory?
In 1920.
They might have, why not?
No
It'll be a
They have a
room,
large tetrahedron.
It might be an abacus in the back somewhere.
not necessarily just all lectern up the front and the seats. They could have a room somewhere else where they can actually sit around and build models.
Look, there are some general purpose areas and rooms which are obviously used for like shoots and things like that, but nothing specific there.
Okay.
Most of the research is done by the researchers in their offices. There's the library as well, which you're welcome to go to, but there's nothing different or untoward about that.
Okay.
Though you can search there, you can do things you want.
Well, I think there's anything we need there. I don't know. I haven't noticed anything strange just wandering around.
What, no portal hanging around?
You know, funny things in the walls or...
Roll me a spot hidden.
Oh, spot hidden.
I just run over the fence up to close pile.
That's a daily occurrence, but
87. 31 out of 87.
is that an extreme success?
But, no, 16 would be extreme.
No, don't notice anything.
Don't notice anything? Okay, cool.
We might as well go and talk to some of these students.
Yes, I guess we can just start at the top of the list
Yep.
and talk to Mr. Jonathan Wrigley.
He's currently doing his research on computation of recursive algorithms in the solution of complex problems. So, yes, young man,
Jonathan.
glasses, well dressed. Hello.
Hello, my name's Paul.
Hello, Paul.
Been sent here by the Dean.
Yes.
Requests us to investigate some odd goings on.
Yes. Okay.
And
So how can I help you?
I believe that you worked under Professor O'Rourke.
Yes, for a while.
Yes. Can you tell us a bit about what exactly your research and your part in it?
How well do you know mathematics?
Well, is the
Give me the layman's overview.
is the research you're doing an extension of what Dr. O'Rourke was doing?
No,
Did
definitely
anything?
not. Definitely
No.
not. It's like using factorial calculations in basically the simplification of compound interest in finance.
Oh, so you're a banker.
With a B.
Banker, yes.
No, I like to think of myself as someone who wants to take mathematics to industry, to understand the practical sense of stuff.
Okay. Yes. So very.
Okay.
Yes.
Doesn't sound much
Very
like
much the
Professor
opposite of-
O'Rourke's
of-
kind of deal.
And
No, he was far more theoretical. I don't believe anything of what he did, but anyway, look, people think he was a genius in part, madman in part, so who am I to say?
And what do you think? Was he a genius or mad?
I really didn't have a lot to do with him. I think he was kind of mad.
Did he have his favourites?
Well, the previous PhD students would probably be able to tell you more than I would, but no, not really. He treated everyone as if they were transient, I think. He was a stranger.
Did you notice any odd things in your time?
It would be easier to say what wasn't odd about Professor O'Rourke.
Okay, what's a standout as the most oddest things, I guess?
He would be giving a lecture about something basic to the undergraduate students. He would then go off and start sprouting something in another language, and then just walk out of class.
Oh, it's very odd.
If you consider that odd, then he did that a lot.
That does sound odd. Was it like he was talking to someone else or himself or
Often both.
both?
How would we know? I am not a psychoanalyst. I don't know how the minds of these people work. It's complex, the human brain. Some have simple brains, some have very complex brains, and some are destined for greater things. What could I say?
did you know any of the students who have taken ill?
Not very well, no. Though, Dr. Wright's quite upset by some of this, obviously. And I feel for her. I mean, she's done some great work. But, no, not really.
Okay.
You ever heard of Fibonacci sequences?
Yes.
There you go. Well, there's a complete example. Like, do you realise that the seed pods on a pine cone are arranged in a spiral fashion, which form the Fibonacci
Is that a
sequence?
cocktail? Fibonacci?
It could be. Maybe you can get one at the start. Yeah.
Where would we find that?
It hasn't been built yet.
Boy, could I use a whiskey right now.
So, I'm not sure how I can help you.
Do you actually reside on campus?
Yes.
Do they all? I assume they all reside on the campus, do they? Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm not sure that I can really have been or can be of much assistance, but
Well, you
any
never
questions
know.
you have on recursive algorithms, come and talk to me.
Will do. All right. I guess Mary Jackson is next. She's sick in the infirmary.
Isn't there another one that's nonsense?
No. So there's
I thought
there's
the
another
second
one
one.
over
Janet-
there, but she's
Janet
another
Black.
one. And then there's one who's not as sick. Carlos, I think.
Well, let's go to Janet Black next then.
Janet Black. Okay.
Go write it in the right order for us, obviously.
No, you can go any order you like. So she's a current PhD student under Dr. Wright, focusing her studies on the theoretical limits of iterative calculations of the concept of infinity.
And beyond.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Hi, Janet.
Hi.
name's Paul.
Hi, Paul.
We're here. The Dean has requested that we investigate the odd goings on.
Odd goings on.
Yes, are you aware of those?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And what do you think?
Dr. Wright put gravy on her chips the other day. That was pretty strange.
That's not to my taste, but I'm not sure that that's odd.
She
You
didn't,
don't think that's
she
odd?
didn't use mayonnaise.
No.
I prefer
How did
ketchup.
you know I was Canadian?
Just a guess.
So apart from gravy on chips, what else have you noticed?
Well, I noticed.
Mm,
Infinity is strange. Do you know that?
I'm sure it would be.
Do you know that if you took infinity and added 10, that would still equal infinity?
How can you add on to infinity? Because it never finishes.
But if infinity is a concept, and you added 10 to that concept, it would still equal infinity.
I guess that
But
makes
then-
sense.
By the laws of algebra, if you then took infinity away from one side and the other side, you then have 10 equals 0. How can that happen? It is bizarre.
Did you work with Professor Rourke?
A little bit.
Yeah, for how long?
Yeah.
How long? Hello, my name's Janet. Who are you?
Oh, there you go.
Hey, for that long.
Oh, I think we will leave you to your studies.
What?
You
What studies?
seem to have a lot of work to do.
Work? Oh, yes.
An infinite
Love
amount
it.
of work, I believe
Infinite.
you have.
Oh, yes. Have I told you about infinity?
Yes.
It's very strange.
It
If
is.
you have infinity and you add 10, that still equals infinity.
But what happens if you have infinity and you take away 10?
It's still infinity.
But what about if
Now I'll
infinity
be
goes to
damned.
11?
Sorry?
What about if infinity goes to 11?
It goes much further than that.
So hang on. So if you got infinity and you added infinity, and then you algebraically removed infinity, does that mean infinity equals 0?
Yes, see? He gets it.
I didn't know you were a mathematical genius.
See? Oh, you must be studying as well too. What are you studying?
It's got hidden.
Hello, who are you?
I'm Nancy.
Nancy. Are you a student as well?
Yes, I am. We should catch up later.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Where would you like to do that?
When or where?
Both.
When do you finish
Finish what?
Infinity.
our conversation?
Never finish infinity. Do you know you can never finish infinity? Do you know if you take infinity and you add 10 to it, it still equals infinity?
I'm going to walk out the
I've
door.
heard that before.
Isn't that a... Have you? Wow,
Bye.
you must be a student as well. Yeah, you're a bit old for a student.
I've gone. I've left
yes,
the room.
Look at
Oh,
that.
okay.
Dr. Wright's calling
Yes.
us. We
Is
should
she?
I
go.
think we have
Oh,
to go.
I'll come with you then.
Oh no, that's all right. You have very important work to do.
Do I?
Yes, you do.
Yes.
What's that?
Or the very important work of infinity.
Look,
Infinity!
look, infinity. Let's go.
Must go. Hey, she's completely lost.
Hey.
What? Why isn't she in an asylum?
Put in brackets that she's sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that-
We
Yeah,
might have
bring-
to let
yeah.
Dr. Wright know that
I agree.
she's a bit
Yeah.
on our side and might need to join some of the others.
Hey, she's gone. Who do we want to hit next?
Carlos, was it? Or
There's Carlos, Hector, Denise, and Mary.
which one's not in the infirmary?
Yeah, and one of them was confined to their room.
Denise is confined to her room.
What about the very last one?
And the last guy, yeah, no, he's not.
He's nothing?
Yeah, we'll go and see Hector.
Go see Hector. Right. Hector Smith is a past student of Dr. Wright's.
Or Dr. Wright? Or
Dr. Wright. Hmm.
not Dr. or Professor Rourke?
No, Dr.
Oh,
Wright.
Rourke. Okay.
So you knock on his door, opens up. Hello.
Hello, Hector. My name's Paul.
Hello, Paul.
We've been sent by the Dean to investigate.
Has he finally approved my PhD thesis?
That's not what I'm here to investigate.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Come in then, come in.
What is your PhD thesis?
I was talking about pure mathematics. Fundamentally, group theory. How you can use group theory to actually solve applications in applied mathematics in partial differential equations.
That sounds worth funding to me.
It is, though people feel that it's a bit too esoteric for them.
I think Professor O'Rourke's work was what I would call esoteric.
Professor O'Rourke's work, I wouldn't even call that science.
Yours sounds like science. His sounds like...
Well,
Not
flights
sure.
of fancy, quite frankly. Anyway, I didn't have much to do with him, so
Didn't have much to do with
good
it.
riddance. He brought disrepute to this institution.
But
Just at a time when we were trying to raise the profile from just being smelly ag science to actually something intellectual,
what did he actually do?
everyone knows he's crazy.
Yeah, but what did he do though? How
Well,
do you know he's crazy?
have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him.
Then I would suggest
Actually, we haven't seen him.
you
But anyway.
make, you make your own
He was
judgment.
in the asylum. He was there.
Yeah, but I don't know if we saw him though.
Did we talk to him at all?
No, actually you
No.
didn't.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, okay.
He was one of the people you didn't speak to.
Ah,
Series.
bugger.
Because I can't remember speaking to him.
You didn't speak to him. It actually would have been quite funny had you spoken to him. But anyway,
So
Well, yes.
what did you see him do?
what it's easier to say what normal things did he do.
Okay, what normal things did he do then?
Well, I'm trying to struggle. At times he seemed lucid. Look, I think he was a friendly enough fellow, but walk around campus without your pants on.
Without
Um,
his pants on.
Yes, often he would just get up in the morning and wander out. He would start
Sounds like something the
speaking
students should be doing.
gibberish in a language which didn't exist. He would then say he's disappeared from here and gone to here through some strange portal
Did he say where he did that?
here on campus.
Was it out in the fields?
I don't know. No
Does
one
this
ever took him
time
seriously.
frame line up with our last adventure when things were popping in and out? Arms and legs were appearing in rooms and crap.
Some of it does sound similar, but timing doesn't quite line up.
Okay, so it's not
Well, I
Not
wouldn't go
concurrent.
saying that far, but anyway. Yes, so, quite frankly, good riddance. Might have been a nice fellow, but seriously, he did nothing for this place.
Okay.
fair enough.
And did you know some of the other students that are sick at the moment?
Look, not really. I've heard some stories, but I don't really know them. I suppose when you think about it, you know,
So you don't have
I
any
don't see
friends?
Denise. She's kept in a room. Carlos apparently is sick. Mary, God only knows what happened to Mary. I mean, look, the rigours of actually doing higher study in some of these areas takes its toll. And, you know, without the support of family and, you know, some of these people are gross introverts and maybe didn't have any friends,
Yeah.
had too much influence from, you know, previous professors.
I'm not sure that really explains animals sprouting tentacles.
I don't
and
know. Who the
such.
hell knows what the agricultural science people do? They're probably experimenting on them.
Well, I'm
Have you
sure
actually
they
asked them
are.
whether they've experimented on them?
I assume that's their
breeding
job.
Well, there's your answer. If strange things are happening there, you know, they're probably doing it.
Oh my lord, I didn't think that was legal.
I didn't say it was legal.
I'm surprised
Hey.
she did that.
Yeah.
My brain wasn't going to go there, but okay. Sure.
So, what do you think is happening?
Well, that's what we're trying to work out. We're just interviewing everybody from the mathematics department, trying to work out what's going on.
Trying to work out if we get more information.
People seem to
out of
think
the
that all
same
these issues
people.
are stemming from Professor O'Rourke's time here,
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
so that's what we're trying to investigate exactly what's going on.
Maybe bad food poisoning.
Yeah, look, hallucinogens can do strange things, and
I was
extended
thinking it
use.
could be something in the water
Yeah.
supply, because it seems to be the only common denominator.
Yeah, but there are more normal people than not normal people, and if it was
The
water supply, you'd expect us all to be sick. I'm perfectly sane.
Yeah, but
Ask me a question. I'm perfectly
I
sane.
don't know. Not
What's
denying it.
infinity plus 10?
Oh, that's a silly answer. Infinity can't be added to.
Maybe you need to go have a conversation with Janet.
No, Janet's strange. In fact,
Seriously.
now that I think of it, there's a lot of strange people. But anyway,
Yes, seems a lot of strangeness going on in this place. But oh well, thank you for your time.
you're welcome.
So how long
Good
have
luck
you been
with
waiting
your
for
PhD.
Your PhD to be approved.
Oh, a couple of months.
And is that a normal kind of time frame?
Oh,
It
look.
could take a year.
It takes a while for that.
But obviously, I'm brilliant, so they should have approved it straight away.
Oh, of course. They're probably
You're
taking
brilliant,
it
wouldn't-
up
wouldn't you do
higher
it at the
because
State
they're so
University?
proud of the work.
Maybe you're
yeah,
right.
and they
yes.
want to show it
If
to
it's so
a
brilliant,
lot
why
of
isn't it at the State
other people.
University?
So,
Yeah, no.
Yes,
Yes.
you could be right.
I'd say
So
so.
it's
Very,
animal
very
farm,
astute of you. Yes.
Yes,
very-
thank you.
Can't be that brilliant.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That was Hector, wasn't it?
That was
Key?
Hector.
I guess we can go and see
Anybody else want to
Carlos.
Also a past student of Dr. Wright's.
Mm-hmm.
He's unwell and in the infirmary.
Oh,
It's getting towards evening now, but the infirmary is still open, so the nurse shows you in. And he's not allowed to.
How unwell is he?
You see,
Quickly chat to the
on
nurse.
well,
What exactly is wrong with him from a medical point of view?
he has a deformed arm.
oh.
He's very sensitive about it, so please don't check.
Is it something that's happened recently?
Yes.
So when you say deformed, can
Left
so
or
we don't
right?
have to ask him, I'll ask you. Can you describe it?
Left or right arm?
His right arm looks like a tentacle.
Oh,
No.
tentacle.
Okay. So there was a common thread with some of that.
What?
Sounds like something we've seen a couple of times before. Alright, and how long has he been in the infirmary?
A few months now.
And he wasn't a student of O'Rourke, so he was.
No, he was one of Dr. Wright's. He was quite good, but
I think
yes.
this Dr. Wright.
And how has this affected his mental health?
Well, to be honest, it's odd because we're trying to help him work through this. We don't know what's caused this deformity, but he often complains that his memory of a few months ago is very hazy. As if he was half asleep. He kind of gets snippets but can't remember anything concrete over that period.
Is he the only person with this kind of deformities?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
So he can is conscious and he can talk.
Oh yeah, he's
all that
lying
jazz.
sort of in bed and he's got a sort of blanket up over and over sort of his right arm. Looks perfectly normal apart from that.
Alright.
And what's the
Let's go
prognosis
check
going
him.
forward? He's just going to stay here in the infirmary ad nauseum?
We've contacted the state doctors, we've contacted the best surgeons there. We think
Wouldn't you just cut it off?
fundamentally it'll need to be an amputation. We are trying to keep him stable to see whether or not this is a progressive issue. It doesn't seem to be. Nothing else seems to have happened to him. Internally he seems fine. Externally, apart from that arm, he seems fine. Nothing else has happened. It's not growing, it's not changing back.
He's able to use it?
He can move it, though he is very reluctant to do anything with it because obviously it freaks him out a bit.
No, I can imagine.
Understandable.
So we do think that possibly, now that we've got to a point where we think whatever has caused this to stabilise, that it probably will result in an amputation.
And so how is his mental state, do you think, just because of his mutation, or is he talking gibberish? Is he
No, he's not talking gibberish. He's perfectly
perfectly
conscious.
sane otherwise?
But it's kind of like I don't know. Like maybe he was in a
Trance or something.
disassociative state or something like that for a few months. Don't know. It's well beyond my ken to work out what's wrong.
Did
But
this
it's
happen
good.
before Dr. O'Rourke or Professor O'Rourke went into the asylum?
No, after.
It was after.
Is he on any medications or anything like that?
We originally had him on painkillers, but now apart from the fact that he has this arm, nothing else is wrong with him. But he feels he can't obviously go out and about.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's quite depressed by the fact that he realises he'll probably lose the arm, tentacle.
Is he right-handed?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
Does he get any visitors?
Surprisingly, no. You wouldn't expect. Well, his parents have visited.
I say his parents know.
Yes, indeed. Please be gentle. He's in a delicate state, obviously. All right, so you walk over to him. He's not really communicative. He's sort of staring at the ceiling.
This might be more suitable for your talents than
We
mine.
should take a slightly different approach with you.
Yes.
I think the portal's open again.
He looks over at you and says, "What?
Did you go through the portal?
Nurse!
Did Dr. Rock come
Nurse!"
through the
He
portal?
lifts his left arm. There's a mad woman in here! Who let this senile woman in? The nurse comes over and she grabs your shoulder.
Oh,
What are you doing?
I was just having a little chat with him. Just
If
wanted
you'd like
to
a
see.
glass of port.
Yes.
A glass of port?
Well,
No,
to soothe
this
him to
mad old woman started asking about the professor and portals and...
I'm sure.
Yes, well,
no.
well,
Have you seen a doctor?
Listen, we are
I think it
here.
was port.
We are here to investigate the strange happenings. So you have to ask these strange questions sometimes.
What the hell has that got to do with anything?
Well, you've got
Wow.
Yes, I
We
do.
won't say
And he
what.
pulls it back, and you see this long tentacle, which looks like an octopus tentacle, sort of like slimy, scaly, with suckers on the inside. Everyone roll me a sand.
36. Oh, are we back up to full?
Oh, 13.
I'll
No,
take-
no, you where you were last time.
Oh, where we go? Yep, 68. Yep.
Oh,
I was on
13.
48.
Perfect.
36.
I must have known.
71. Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Have to be under, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
You could take 2 points of sand, lose 2 points of sand. Everyone else made it?
Yeah, well under.
So it's above the elbow?
No, from his shoulder.
So it's
Yeah.
from the shoulder.
So obviously he's putting his hand in them.
So we were in the asylum where Dr. O'Rourke is now. We
And
saw
you
some-
should still be there.
No, we saw some very strange things, and we solved some very, very odd happenings on down there. So that is why we are here, and hence the strange questions.
What's that
Because
got to do
there's
with me?
no logical
Well, so one day you woke with a tentacle and you're wondering what anything's got to do with you.
Clearly this is beyond my understanding. Apart from the fact that my arm was hurting and it was itchy, and I have only vague recollections of that time, and I can't seem to remember it. But yes, then I kind of woke up
What
here
were
with
you
this
working
tentacle.
on at that time? Do you remember?
What was I working on?
Yes.
What was your thesis?
What was your thesis?
Oh, my thesis was effectively differential equations and trying to solve the heat equation.
So very logical, nothing esoteric,
No,
nothing related to yes. Okay.
no, not at all.
Did you have much to do with Professor O'Rourke?
No, I
Not at
was
all.
a student of Dr. Wright's and have been since I started my postdoctorate.
Right, so,
She's a bit sus.
okay, you don't, so what, your arm was like itchy for a while? How long did it sort of,
I would
Roughly,
love to
was it?
tell you, but I can't remember.
I can't remember at all, did it just pop into being or was it
Well, like
like,
I said, I mean, I have these vague memories of itchy arms and doing research and helping Dr. Wright and then helping Jonathan with something, and then it all gets very fuzzy, and then I woke up here.
Who's Jonathan?
the first guy?
Oh, Jonathan.
Mr. Jennings.
Oh. Do you know what you're helping Jonathan with or you can't
Oh,
really
look, no,
clear?
Jonathan's into recursive algorithms and things like that, from what I can remember. I don't know what I was helping him with, but I worked up here. So do you think you can fix me?
No.
Maybe.
Thanks.
Maybe.
At least she's honest.
Yeah, it's up to
Oh,
the
no, we've
doctors.
solved
It's
things
up
like
to
this
the
before.
doctors to.
You've actually fixed
attend.
people with deformities before.
No, it's up to the doctors.
I was about to say we've solved
Give the
we've
boy
solved the
some hope.
reason we've solved the reasoning why this could have happened in potential aspects before, but the ability to actually solve your ailment, probably not.
We're hoping that we can help so that no other students get ailments like yourself.
That's noble. I will support you whatever I can do. Thank you. Within reason.
You'll give us a hand then, will you?
Do these,
And we'll make sure no more harm comes to
do
you.
these guys all live in a dorm or something? Do they have their own room?
Yeah.
So I asked the dean if I can see
Well, let's go.
their rooms and stuff.
Well, it's
Like,
getting towards
getting-
night.
not now, but
Yeah.
like, without them knowing.
Let's go get something
Basically.
to eat.
All right. Yes, you go to the
Cafeteria food, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Oh, look, it's decent. It's.
I'll have a bowl of mushrooms.
They haven't got squid on the menu.
Oh, no
So-
calamari.
no
Yeah, although it was a deep fried calamari.
And look, you have a reasonable night, and I presume retire for the night.
Yes.
Yep. So is there anyone we haven't spoken to yet?
Yeah.
Denise. Is it?
I think we should go back to Dr. Wright and suss her out more and check out what all her paperwork that's strewn
And I
all
think
over
we
the
should go
place.
through the library and maybe
Yeah, I was about to say,
look
let's-
for some odd occult things to do with
Yeah, let's talk to the dean of maths again. Find out, like where each one of these students, where they reside, have a look in their rooms if that's possible, that sort of stuff. Find out what they know about helping each other, and those sorts of aspects, and just see if we can find some common theme between
Yeah.
them.
it sounds like yes.
But yeah, as
Like
for the
Wrigley.
library, I reckon at the library we just asked the librarian what did the
People
crazy
check
doctor,
out.
no, what did the crazy doctor go for,
Yeah, what did they check out?
if anything. But right now, for
Bedtime.
cards.
No. No bridge tonight. No
There's some
bridge.
normality to this
We're on
Sorry,
holidays.
situation.
Oh, go
No.
for it. Yeah, yeah.
We're on holidays.
So we'll start playing. Any interests?
No, not really.
Not surprised.
Trying to recruit, but that was a good job.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. There's always people who don't want to play.
Not looking at anyone.
You try again tomorrow night.
Yeah, well.
So, you doing anything special before
You can put up a flyer on around campus.
Later. Nothing special tonight. Try and get some
No,
sleep.
nothing. I just want to sleep.
Let to
I'm
sleep,
tired.
Okay, you two roll me some.
I want to
percentiles.
skulk around a bit and see if anything weird happens at night.
Okay, well, roll some percentiles first.
Sometime. 10.
19.
What's that?
9.
19.
Neither of you wake up the other with snoring, so that's fine.
Louis, oui, 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 oui. Louis, oui, 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 oui.
Fairy jacket, fairy jacket.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of me. So Paul, you're going to sneak out.
I just want to see if anything odd kind of happens at night.
Okay.
Like stay up for a few hours. And,
Security guard detail.
yeah, something like that. Just walk around. Looking for occulty things. I don't know.
Occulting things. So where are you going?
The fields. Go to the fields.
Go check out the
Might be some
scarecrow.
cults in there.
So we're in
See how
at the
that's
admin part, are we?
You are in Thompson Hall.
Well, I head towards the mathematics building. That's in there, or is that somewhere else?
Yeah,
That's in the
science hall.
science hall.
Yeah.
So I might head up to the science hall and just see if there's anyone prowling around. Or
You probably should go to the agriculture veterinary thing.
you can go there if you want.
Go walking through the fields.
No, I'm not going walking
Right,
through
with
the fields
Johnson
at
and the
night.
corn with the
Tiptoe
scarecrows.
through tulips.
Yeah.
All right, so you wander down to the science hall.
Is there anything I think odd?
No, there are a couple of lights on.
Oh,
People obviously working late.
Do we find a rustle in the bushes?
Russell says hi.
Who's working late? Is it any of the
Russell's
people
in
I'm
the
talking to?
Russell.
If you have a look, it's Dr. Wright. Dr. Wright's light seems to be on.
Ooh, check her out.
What time is it?
It's about 10 o'clock.
Still leaving at 10 o'clock.
You can escort her back to her room
Well, I just might knock on her door.
for safety purposes.
Yes.
I was just having a stroll and I noticed your light was on.
Yes. Odd place to have a stroll. Paul?
Not really, I was checking things out.
Right, and what have
I am
you,
a police detective after all.
what have you found?
Well, not much
She
yet.
sort of tosses her hair a bit.
Just noticed your light was on. Do you often work back this way?
Oh, often, yes.
Try your charm skill, go on.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Not that kind
hilarious.
of detective. He's
Oh, come on. Go on, do a charm.
I've spoken to some of your students. Interesting stuff.
Yes, look, there are some disturbed people, sadly. I really wish we could find out what's happening.
I think Janet Black might need to go to the asylum personally.
Janet, what's wrong with Janet? She's a bit vague, but...
Babe, apparently you can add 10 to infinity
Oh no, she's not going on with that.
and
is
then do algebra things to it, and I don't know.
she? It is a conundrum with infinity, and pure mathematicians will talk about that all the time, but that's not my area of expertise. But if you're really interested in it, I can point you towards some really good articles.
That would be good actually, yes.
You'll have to do 4 years of undergraduate maths first, but that's okay.
Well, does detective school count as credit?
You can try.
Alright, well, I just thought I'd pop in.
All right, well...
Saw
well,
your
thank
light
you.
on, sorry
Thank
to
you.
disturb
No,
you.
that's all right, anytime. Anytime. Tosses her hair.
Good night. You know where my room is?
Did you say that?
Yes, he does.
Oh, she blushes. Oh.
Oh, you charming old devil, you.
You're sharing a room,
Oh.
don't forget on that.
I'll kick you down. Fine.
Need to put the sock on the...
Yeah. Tie on the door handle, that's it, I'm out of here.
So we leave our investigators for today. They've had a busy one, talking to many of the students and visiting the campus. So we pick up where we left off in Chapter 2. A big shout out to Wim Jansen and the Stratospheric Jazz music piece we played in the background. Cheers.